Now, when it comes to implementing the authority acceleration blueprint and the formula, there's several objections that come up consistently. So what I'm going to do now is just sort of help walk you through some of the objections so you can move forward, really move forward and start implementing this in your business. Now, the first objection, or one of the biggest objections, is that you may not want to be live on camera or on camera at all or be live at all. But people aren't really looking for you to have a finished or polished show, typically, because they know you're not a news anchor. If you need to imagine, what I try to do is I try to imagine my ideal client, that I'm talking to my ideal client, and I'm just speaking to them, versus talking to a camera and there's people actually watching live. Because I mean, you know, typically you're going to be in a room, you're going to be just you and a camera, and you need to basically speak to the camera as if you're talking to your ideal target market. So a lot of times people aren't expecting you to be polished. Chances are, you know, if you're in business, you might have given talks before at local meetups or networking events or chambers, and if you haven't, then you really need to start, because basically you can't grow your authority hiding in your house and never letting anyone know who you are. So you actually have to get out there, get used to speaking to people in public, which is really going to help you when it comes to creating the live show. So, you know, if you're in business, you can't be hiding. Typically, you can't be hiding behind in your room or behind your computer. If you want to accelerate your authority, if you want people to actually, you know, do business with you, you need to get out there and you need to communicate with these people. So you may be the type of person that's great one-on-one, but you just don't like standing up in front of crowds. You know, I'm an introvert by nature, and being an introvert, I really don't like being in groups. But typically, I don't mind. I've stood up and I've talked enough in groups and in front of large audiences and do live on camera. It's actually easier if you're an introvert to do a live show, because all you're doing is just talking to a camera. You don't think about the people that are actually watching you live. So, you know, don't let being an introvert get in your way. And the third thing I can say is plan your event, plan your live show. Write a script if you have to, which is what I do. I typically have scripts, I have bullet points, I have things that I know I want to talk about. And if you recall, when I first started the show, actually before I started the show, I did a 2-week trial where I had no script. I basically just turned the camera on, moving it around different places in the home, and I was just talking about anything and everything. No script, no plan, no structure. But you know, that's a little bit harder. But when you actually are doing this purposefully, you want to create a plan. You want to map out what you're going to talk about, because what you're going to talk about, remember, it's going to get transcribed, it's going to get used for other content. So you really want to plan it out, because it's going to become part of your book. It's going to become blog articles. It's going to become video content, social posts about what it is you're talking about. So you want to be crystal clear. That's why I talked a lot about laying that foundation, getting clear on your ideal target market, pains, fears, frustrations, the should ask questions, the frequently asked questions, what their desired outcome, the benefits to them, you know, things like that. Getting all of that information crystal clear, so that when you're writing your content, it's much easier to map it all out, because you know specifically, you know exactly what you're going to talk about, and everything you're going to talk about is going to be for the benefit of your ideal target market. It's going to educate them. Okay, so that's the first objection, is you don't want to be on camera. The second objection may be you don't have the time to do all 3 steps needed. I'll be the first one to tell you that you can outsource everything except doing the live video and the engagement piece. You want to keep that to yourself unless you have somebody that actually thinks just like you think. But typically, performing the live video and doing the engagement piece is really all you need to do. Everything else can be outsourced. You need to hire outsourcers to do the transcription, hire outsourcers to do the editing, the cutting, the clipping, the writing, schedule all the social posts. You can really hire everything else out except being on the camera, because if you're going to promote yourself, and try to accelerate your authority, then you need to be the person that's on the camera, not hiring an actor or actress or getting one of your workers to do it, because all you're doing is they would be building their authority, not your authority. So you need to be the one that's on the camera doing the live stuff and actually communicating. You should be the one communicating and engaging with people when the content is actually posted and distributed throughout the internet world. Okay. Now the third objection is I don't have the equipment or the software needed to do live shows. So to do a live show, all you actually need is your smartphone and Wi-Fi access to Facebook. That's all you need to do a live show. There's so many people that are doing Facebook Live right now, and all they're using is their smartphone and they're just connecting through Facebook Live. That's bottom line, that's as easy as it gets. Or you can use a laptop or desktop with a webcam to create your live show. It does not get any easier than that. From there, it's all about having the outsourcers do the work. Then you just spend the time on engaging and interacting with others. So don't let equipment and software get in your way, because you actually have the equipment and software. I don't know very many people that don't have a smartphone today, that don't have Wi-Fi access. So you can start creating your own live show with as little as that. Obviously, to do a show to my caliber is a much higher production. There's a lot more software needed. There's a lot more involved. There's a lot of scripting. There's a lot of structure to it. But to get started, you don't need any equipment other than your phone. That's all you need. But what if I told you that other than being on camera and engaging on your posts, you could get the entire project and the entire process done in one place. So you don't have to go out and figure out where you're going to get all these outsourcers. You don't have to go out and try to figure out what you're going to plan for the show. You're going to eliminate the need to lay out your live show, laying out the plan, the scripting of the program. All you need is just having Skype, but still have that high-end multi-graphic live show, just like the one that I have. Using video intros, transitions, professional graphics, that sort of stuff. So what if I were to tell you that you could go to one place and all you need is just Skype, and you're able to get all of this stuff done for you for your Facebook Live show. So that eliminates the need to actually need any software, to actually plan anything, to script anything. So all you need to do is just sit there and follow the script, which is all about your content, and the structure, which is all about your content. Or maybe you want to have someone to manage the entire project for you and work with a team of proven outsourcers to repurpose it all and create and deliver all your material to you, uploading it to your websites, podcast channels, scheduling all your social posts, and even putting together the content for your very own book, which will be launched using my proven #1 bestseller strategy. And you have all of it done for you within 100 days by investing just slightly more than 15 hours of your time to create the live video. Okay. Obviously, I can only work with a small number of clients each quarter. So if you're eligible, so contact me to see if you're eligible. If that's something that you're interested in, just being in front of the camera for 15 hours and not have to worry about anything else. The scripting, the planning, the actual software, producing the live show, coming up with the content, right down to getting it all transcribed, getting the videos done, the podcast done, getting the book created, all of that stuff. So if that's of interest to you, obviously, like I said, I can only work with a small number of clients each quarter. So contact me and we'll see if you're eligible, or you can contact me through the website, johnamccabe.com, or through the show's Facebook page. Okay, but that's all the time that I have for today's show, and it's great having you join me today, and I look forward to having you back again tomorrow for another great episode. But like I said, just stick with me, and I'll be right back with some closing remarks for today's show. Thanks for joining me on today's John A. McCabe Show, where we work with and help entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, and speakers get seen, get heard, get noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device, now also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, for most entrepreneurs, we want to create our own life, create our own path, and do what we can to reach our desired outcome, which is generally freedom. freedom to choose what we want to do, when we want to do it, and with whom we want to do it. A life that's full of options and choices, where we worry less about money and more about the quality of time that we spend with each other. A great way to make that happen is to leverage the people's knowledge, time, and skill sets. Step one to reaching your financial life is to realize you can't do it alone. Now, working with coaches or being involved in masterminds is a great way for entrepreneurs to move their business forward. A coach can help you shorten the time frame to get from where you're at now to where you want to be. While being part of a mastermind is meant to bring entrepreneurs together, all with the goal of helping each other move their business forward. Now, the second step to create the life you envision for yourself as an entrepreneur is to implement systems into your business so you can streamline your operations, leverage systems, and free up your time to focus on your family, having fun, and the highest leverage activities in your business. You know, the activities that get you the biggest return on your time invested, the ones that actually make you money. Now, sometimes we just don't know what systems we need, how to implement those systems, or even have the time to find out what is needed. Working with a coach or a consultant that understands, uses, and specializes in systems that can streamline your operations can help you save time, aggravation, and make you more money. For example, having a system or strategy that allows you to leverage just 15 hours of your time into enough repurposed content to get you seen, get you heard, and get you noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device is a great example of leverage. Now just imagine a system where you invest just 15 hours of your time, and the end result is you're a #1 best-selling author, you have a successful podcast, and you have enough content to get you seen, heard, and noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device, automatically attracting more attention, giving more value, generating more leads, which enables you to attract an abundance of paying customers. Now, this is also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, to find out more about the Authority Acceleration Blueprint, the coaching program, or mastermind, then contact me via my website at johnamccabe.com or connect with me through the show's Facebook page. Now, again, I want to thank you for joining us on today's show, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode when we have another great guest on discussing their business and accelerating their authority. So have yourself an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.